Hi everyone, I hope you're having a great MFR day. I wanted to share with you that I'm working on, it's just tentative, working on some videos or a video that's going to be a more extensive um, myofascial self-treatment. The goal is to give clients, my own clients especially, give them tools that they can use to take home. Nowadays, people seem to be more into the social media, the internet, and they tend to do better in understanding things if they have a movie or a visual. The problem with YouTube is when you put it on YouTube, anybody and everybody can see it. So you have the potential of somebody using the tools, the John Barnes tools, or alternative ways of treating incorrectly. So what does that lead to? This is my philosophy on that. So let's say somebody is doing myofascial, what we call pseudo myofascial release at one of the massage places. But it's not really correct myofascial release. So somebody says, "Oh, you need to go see a myofascial release practitioner to help you," and they go somewhere that advertises myofascial release that are not trained in myofascial release, other than maybe somebody showing them for a couple hours in a class how to do it. Then they get a negative response or a reaction from that. They either don't get better, or they don't understand what they're doing. They don't think they're getting their money's worth or whatever. And then the information that goes out spreads out that myofascial release really doesn't work. And there is that, what do we call it, 100, 1,000 rule, which says you're going to, from one positive thing, one person is going to tell another person a positive thing. And that's going to tell another person a positive thing. With the negative information that's fed out there, one person will tell that one person, and that one person will share with 10, and that 10 will share negative with 1,000. You can just go on Yelp and you can see the restaurant reviews, and how you'll see more negative restaurant reviews than you will see positive. That's just the nature of the beast. So I try to emphasize with my clients, this is the myofascial release I was trained in. I can't speak for anybody else. I'm just telling you this is what works. So by doing the video, we can give a clear understanding of how to use the tools we've been taught as therapists, and how our clients and patients can use their tools as well without putting it on YouTube. So that's my goal here today. So this is just a brief intro as to what are the things that I plan to cover in the video. If you have more ideas you'd like me to cover, just private message me in my personal page, which is a face with some flowers in the hair. Don't do it to my business page, because those go into a folder and I only look at that maybe once a day. If that, because most people know they can reach me via email or phone. All right, so let's get started with this short video. What I plan to cover in the video is the importance of myofascial release, the importance of understanding myofascial release, and the tools that you can use to help yourself. I have a gentleman that came to me today. He started in myofascial release, but now we're doing exercises to strengthen his core and his back, and I think exercises are extremely important to do that with myofascial release once the individual is able and ready to get into an exercise program. So I think that's extremely important, that you also help your clients with that. I also would recommend that massage therapists get some personal training certification, because if you give exercises outside of your scope, you're liable. So your insurance may cover you just for massage, but it is not going to cover you for giving people exercise. Say, I want you to do this at home, I want you to do that at home. So you're covering yourself. Also, you're going to get an understanding of how muscles move, anatomy, things like that. I'm not sure how well you'll get the information on how to progress people from one state to another. That's just, you're going to have to just use some common sense with that once you're certified. Now, so, and then of course, if you're personal trainer certified, that's a whole separate different insurance policy that you need. Now, so let's just, I'm just explaining to you what I think is important. I know it helps with my clients. Anyway, so he came in today and we were doing some, core work, and he was making a funny face, and I said, why are you making that fun? Are you hurting today? Well, he just got back from 3 weeks up in the woods in his cabin with his wife, and they were clearing out brush, doing all kinds of things that this gentleman never does. He's a musician and he's a beautiful organist. But you know what? He doesn't really clear woods and saw things and use you know, a hatchet or anything like that. So I had a feeling he was going to be ouchy today. But the rule I have for him is you have to talk to me. You have to tell me that you need MFR. I'm not going to just say, here, we're going to have MFR today, because we have a program set out. So when I saw him and I saw him making funny faces, and I noticed that he was bending the wrong way when he was doing certain things, favoring one side, I said, And I explained to him how it is important that he does his self-treatment. And he kind of looked at me, yeah. And I said, so when you go to the dentist, you go twice a year, most people do, and you get your teeth cleaned. When you come home, do you continue cleaning your teeth, or do you just wait till you see the dentist the next time? And he gave me this funny look like, ooh. And I said, right. It's kind of weird to think that you would just let the plaque build up in your mouth. But let's think of the fascial system. When we do things that are repetitive, or we do things that we're not used to doing, or we injure ourselves and we don't take care of it right away, the fascia becomes tight. It becomes solidified, and it becomes really, really hard. And so the longer they put off taking care of that, in his case, 3 weeks, it's laying down some serious fascial restrictions that can lead to more serious injuries. So I explained that to him. It made sense to him, and hopefully he will go back to doing his work. But I did do some myofascial release on him, assess him, myofascial release, and he felt much better. So it's important, a vital tool that you do your myofascial release, and your clients do it too. Let's face it, we're body workers, and we do repetitive work. And no matter how well we take care of ourselves, we do repetitive work ourselves. So we have to take care of ourselves too. So not only are we going to cover unwinding, we're going to cover why that's important. We're going to cover some of the tools that we use, unconventional and conventional tools. So we're going to go over foam rollers. We're going to go over half foam rollers. We're going to go over the 6-inch all balls. We're going to go over alternatives to the foam rollers that are not as hard as foam rollers. We're going to go over the 4-inch all balls, which you can get on Amazon. We're going to go over our cranial cradles, okay? And we're going to go over how to demonstrate what fascia is. Some of you have used, I love my shirt here because I can actually show how the fascial restrictions affect our body across the line. So see if you can come up with a shirt or something that you can explain that to them. I talk about the healing crisis I will talk about that a little bit in the video. I will talk about the, you've seen the pelvis blocks. For the video, by the way, I will have a camera person helping me. We've talked about the blocks, and I'm going to show you alternatives to ways to use shoes. I remember I was at a hotel once, and I had forgot my blocks, and the beds were horrible and just threw my alignment completely off. So I grabbed my husband's shoes, and I used that. And then we can also use some medicine balls, for different things. In addition to that, we have oh shoot, how did that chain get there? That's not supposed to be, that's for something else. Anyway, so we also, I showed you how you can use a regular cutting board for people who can't get on the floor. You can use that to stabilize a mattress, to give it some more firm ground, and it's not very big or heavy for them to lift. So those are some things we're going to go over. We're going to go over, I think I mentioned unwinding and why we unwind and how to start unwinding. There's videos that John put out there on unwinding, but I'd like to, share my, how I approach it, which is very, very similar to John Barnes. Those are just some things. I'll let you know when it comes out, or you can email me at proactivewc, the number 3 at gmail.com if you're interested in knowing more about that or keeping it. My plan is September. It may not be till October, but I'll let you know when that comes. I'm waiting for some information to see that it's okay for me to do that. That's it. I hope you have a blessed day and enjoy your clients, enjoy MFR, do your self-treatment, do your unwinding, drink plenty of water. Water is important to hydrate our body and our fascial system. God bless you and take care.